Do it is. Come with the sleeves. Bro, we are itching for this Slim Jim sponsor, bro. Give it to us.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is that the Savage size?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's 3 times bigger.
It is. Just like I am. I'm gonna be honest with you though.
Oh yeah, we got a Savage size too. Yeah.
I'm eating this
Uh-huh.
because I made dinner tonight.
What'd you
And
make?
it did not come out good.
Oof.
What'd you make?
So I cannot figure out bone-in fried chicken. Can't do it. I just can't do it. I've tried so many different techniques, so many different recipes. It just doesn't come out.
Just regular fried chicken.
Yeah, I tried another one tonight. Didn't work at all.
I got you, bro. I got you. I don't know the recipe, ironically. But my wife does. And I'm pretty sure she could whip up something fire. I got you by the end of the night.
Oh, you think she'll share with me?
Bro, she's quite generous.
Okay.
Quite generous. I'll have that.
Yeah,
If I don't have that recipe, if I don't have that recipe for you tonight, I'm gonna have it for you tomorrow.
All right. I told my wife tonight was the last time that I gave up, but if I see what it is, I'll give it one more try.
I got you.
I can make good chicken tenders, like fresh breaded chicken tenders, but I can't do the bone in. It just doesn't.
Wait, like from scratch?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh.
Got you. Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll talk
this
to
is
her.
basically my dinner.
She
This and the collard greens that I made with the fried chicken, those at least came out right.
She's been going crazy with the dinners as of late. She made like a whole fucking feast. Like Thursday, she made steak, she made baked potatoes, she made shrimp, she made this amazing chicken with this crazy butter compound. So she did all that Thursday. And today, right before the pod, she goes, "Hey, what you want for dinner?" I was like, "You know what? Just keep it simple, right? Just keep it simple. Just make a quesadilla, call it a day." She goes, "I'm gonna go to Publix because I'm gonna make you some, but I'm gonna surprise you." And she just dipped.
So you didn't have it yet? You don't even know yet?
No clue.
Wow.
Again, I was cool with just a simple quesadilla because we're getting ready to move in a week, and we spent the whole day packing and getting ready and shit like that. So I was cool with a quesadilla. She says, "Nah, I want to surprise you," and then she left.
If that ain't ready by the end of this, you need to text me and let me know what it is. Now I'm interested. Now I'm invested in this now.
We got 2 hours, bro. I guarantee. Yeah, we got like 2 hours. So I will assume that within the next like hour or so, we're gonna have results.
Okay. Nick, what about you?
I made myself some chicken tenders and fries out of the air fryer.
Did you fresh bread them though?
Did I what?
Did you make fresh ones or did you just got some frozen ones?
It was a frozen bag. I didn't have much time today. I just was kind of I molded around the house most of the day, but I realized I needed to eat, and so I was like, let me make some chicken tenders and fries real quick.
Kind of dipping sauce you got over there?
Nothing typical. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, boys, real quick before we begin, current show that we're binge watching, Hambone, go.
So my wife and I just completely binged in 2 days. There's a show on Peacock called Based on a True Story. It's about this couple. They're like late 30s, early 40s-ish. They're pregnant, and they are, very down on their luck. The guy, they don't have a lot of money or anything like that. The guy's a former, big-time tennis player, but then he hurt himself. He hasn't played tennis in a long time. And the wife, she is obsessed with true crime podcasts. And they end up meeting this guy who comes in as their plumber to fix their toilet. And him, I probably shouldn't even tell you this because I'm ruining it now.
Not for me, dog. Not for me.
Okay, well, I mean, if anybody doesn't want to watch this, if anybody
Spoiler alert.
Bro, as long as it's like no like type of spoiler that would like totally shift the show, I could hear the spoiler and still watch it for myself.
You literally find this out within the first 2 episodes.
Yeah,
and then it's
I'm okay. As long as it's nothing major, I'm good.
Right. So they bring this guy in who's a plumber who installs a toilet for them, and he ends up kind of becoming friends with the husband, and they go out a couple times and all that. And then they end up figuring out that he is a serial killer in their town.
Shit.
Oh.
So they end up blackmailing him into, well, we know it was you, but we're not going to tell the police as long as you do a podcast with us. They want to make a bunch. Yeah, they want to make money off of a podcast with an actual active serial killer. So then the show is about their relationship, trying to make a podcast together after that. It's a good show. Based on a true story.
On Peacock.
Yep.
I gotta check that out. Okay.
Yep. The whole season's up too. It's been renewed for a second season, so they're you can binge it real quick. So
have you ever seen Barry?
Oh, I love Barry.
Bruh, that's my shit. That's my shit, bruh. Barry's so good. We haven't watched a new season yet.
Fucking NoHo Hank. Yo, that's my boy. NoHo Hank.
I love Hank. Fucking I love Barry. I have to admit, I'm quite a bit angry, but I'm not going to lose my temper because rage is counterproductive. I love Hank, bro. He's like he is the fucking he's the star of the show, Loki. I love Hank. Yep. Nick, binge watching. What are you and Kat watching? What are you watching? What's Kat? What are you watching?
I'm currently not watching anything. Me and Kat are watching Community.
Really?
Yeah.
How is that, bro? Because I don't know if I can get into Community. I'm trying. I don't know.
It's one of those shows where the first season you gotta kind of let it mull, but the second, I think we're on the third season now. It's fire. Troy, Childish Gambino, he's the star of the show. Yeah. He's great.
What's funny is no, go on, my bad. You good?
Him and this character named Abed, who's Danny Pudi.
Yeah, I know it is.
Those two, they really carry the show. Everyone else is really great in the show, but they really carry the show. And Chevy Chase is racist, so
you're about all about
Allison Brie when she was hot and not all Hollywood skinny.
Did you Did you hear about all that shit with Chevy Chase and Donald Glover when they were on the show together?
Yeah, fuck Chevy Chase. He's a racist.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
And he's like that in the fucking show, which is even weird.
Oh yeah,
it's a really weird. It's a lot of race and jokes for Chevy Chase's character. It's really weird. So it's a little weird that it carried into his life. Well, he probably was that way already, but the fact that he carried into his life is really
somebody went, Chevy, I got a perfect role for you. I know that you can pull it off.
And he was like, you don't know how perfect this role is for me. But yeah, that's the show we're watching right now. We're probably gonna. I'm finally gonna get her into House. Because I fucking love House.
Nice.
If you guys have never seen House, I fucking love it.
That's being a show. Tell me about
that's she wants to watch that with me because she watched a couple episodes and she liked it, but she hasn't got the whole overarching story or anything. So that's something we're gonna watch next. So we got a couple more seasons of Community and then we'll move on to House.
I am by myself. I'm watching Sons of Anarchy. I'm getting close to the end of the show.
You've seen that before though, right?
I watched it one time before, like a long time ago, in my early 20s. And so I was just let me dip back into it. And I forgot how fucked up the show is, but that's a great fucking show. So I'm watching that by myself. And then right now, me and Sheila, we're big fans of Abbott Elementary, and they're getting ready for the new season. So we decided to watch the whole show over again. And we're going through the first season right now, and it's even funnier the second watch. So that's what we're looking at.
That's on the cock, right? Abbott Elementary.
If it is, I'm not sure. We watch it on Hulu.
Do either of you have Apple TV?
No,
but there's a couple shows on Apple TV that I want to check out.
I want to see Ted Lasso so bad.
If you ever get it, especially UConn, because I know that you love these guys too, you got to watch Shrinking because Jason Segel is on it. One of the best, funniest shows I have watched in.
If you know me, I love me some Jason Segel.
Yeah, It's a great fucking show.
Okay. I heard that that show with Jennifer Aniston, the morning show or something like that. I heard that.
I heard that's really good too.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of that stuff, but that and Ted Lasso I really want to see. Ted Lasso, I've heard nothing but good things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Didn't they just finish the show?
I think it's over. Yeah, I think they there's like 3 seasons or something like that. Yeah, I'm with it, but yeah, I gotta watch it.
All right, boys, let's talk some wrestling.
All right,
that was a nice little warm up. Nice little,
we're all getting warmed up and ready, so we can just get to it later. Don't have to get everybody all warmed up.
Right? Yeah, we did it already.
Ease it in.
Yeah,
ease it in. Getting moist over here.
This is crazy.
This was crazy.
This was nuts.
Nick,
you put this in here.
I put it in here because it's fucking crazy.
Not to cut you off. Let's talk about it because it's no secret. I think y'all know I listen to Busted Open Radio pretty religiously. Out of all the wrestling pods I listen to, and they brought this up, and they brought up something I did not even think about. Just from this photo is that this past Wednesday, right? Max wasn't there, correct? Max was not there.
No.
I don't know why. Maybe it has something to do with this. I don't know. But they made a good point.
Selling that injury, selling that beer bottle.
For that.
Yeah.
For that. But they were talking about it. And again, I didn't even think about it until they said it. And when they said it, it was like, holy shit, that's actually very true. But like, this is AEW's world champion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see them post anything about this during Dynamite? Like anything about MJF being in the movie or anything about?
No, I know isn't he a producer on it? So I heard.
Believe so.
He might in it.
Yeah, I don't. I get. Oh, we lost Nick.
Yeah, we do.
I feel like I get where you're going with this, Con, but I don't know. Like, I get like why are they not promoting it? But I did read that almost all of his scenes were cut from the movie.
That for the film. Even so, like just this photo alone, that's like before even having all that information, I thought this was a pretty big deal to see this picture because it was just like, just the optics of it is just like, wow. But his name is.
What else is weird about it too? Like they're not promoting it when their world champion is in it and is a producer on it.
Yeah.
But the last week they were in Texas, and the Von Erichs were on 3 other shows.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's
didn't talk about it then either. That's
when brought to my attention, it's just like, wow, that's actually kind of surprising they didn't do any of that. So it's just like, well, I think they like kind of dropped the ball on that because it's just like why wouldn't you talk about this?
Right.
Especially when your world champion is like so heavily involved.
Yeah. And like I get you're in Texas, so you brought the Von Erichs in, but like
sure.
Let's be honest, you brought him in because this movie's coming out, not because you're in Texas. You've been in Texas before and never trotted the Von Erichs out, so what's different now? The only thing different is that this movie's coming out.
Yeah, and to add to that, they were like in a backstage segment, and it's like you said, it's so obvious that they're promoting this movie, and it's like that's the most promoting you're gonna do for the movie is just like a minute and a half segment with the Von Erichs in the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that was just it's just like I'm very, for lack of a better word, very intrigued as to why it just felt like they kind of just blew that off.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, bro.
Yeah, Nick, what are you thinking?
Oh, me. Sorry. Yeah, it's very weird that they haven't really mentioned him at all, and that he's not mentioned it either. The only mention I've seen is this when he showed up, and I think I saw a couple photos of.
He posted on his Instagram. I think it was his Instagram when we found out that he was like executive producer or something like that. He did a post where he shared that and was like, "Hey, I'm executive producer of this movie."
Right. Yeah. So that's the only thing I've seen about it, and I've only heard like the what do you call it, dirt sheets talk about it. I haven't heard anybody officially mention it, so it's kind of weird.
Seems like they haven't really said a word about it,
right? Yeah. Besides bringing the Von Erichs in, like y'all said, but like that's not even. That's like kind of roundabout way of promoting it in a way.
Are y'all gonna go see this movie?
Oh yeah.
I am.
I'm not gonna go see it. I do want to see it, but I'll be honest. I mean, I don't really go out to see movies anymore. I just wait for them to come out on streaming.
I might wait for it to come out too.
Yeah.
It really just depends on what happens and how long it's in theaters, because I'm definitely not gonna see it when it drops or anything.
Yeah.
But maybe in January I'll go check it out. Just
I'm
depends
I'm
on what I
going.
can do. I like going to movie theaters.
I still enjoy going to movie theaters.
Yeah.
So just off that, I'm definitely gonna go see it. Plus, it's always nice to. I like when movie theaters show like wrestling movies or wrestling pay-per-views, because that's where you find out where like who the wrestling fans are in your town. So I like to find that out too. So
True.
The only time we really go actually to a theater anymore is if it's a movie that we feel like needs to be experienced in a movie theater. The only two movies that I've seen in a theater this year were Across the Spider-Verse and Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah, mine was Ninja Turtles and Barbie.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of movies in theaters. I'm a big Marvel guy, so I saw a lot of mostly all of the Marvel movies that came out this year. I did not see Across the Spider-Verse in theaters, unfortunately. I wish I did. I did go see Barbie in theaters, and I went to see Oppenheimer in theaters, which that theater experience was fucking crazy.
I've stopped going I've stopped paying for superhero movies anymore. I don't care if it's Marvel or DC. They're all going downhill. And it's just
I can't remember the last Marvel movie that I actually sat down and watched like from start to finish, to be honest with you. With this new wave, like whatever phase they're in right now, I don't think I've seen any of the movies of this kind of that.
Yeah. We watched Barbie just yesterday, actually.
It's on like
my wife had seen it, but I this is the first time I saw it.
What'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
I like it.
I very much enjoyed Alan. He was hilarious. It was probably my favorite.
Sarah was great, bro. He was great.
I loved how he was like this badass that just beat the fuck out of like 6 people too. When he's like the most just insecure, frail looking person.
Very Gumby-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon was funny as shit.
Yup.
Kate McKinnon is very good at playing the like really like the very
Weird.
awkward and uncomfortable chick.
Yeah.
She's very good at that, and she's very
I was surprised that they brought John Cena in literally for like a 10-second if that cameo.
He told the story about that.
Well,
Yeah, he said something along the lines of like he was just happened to be around, and I think the director or one of the producers reached out to him and was like, "Will you do this?" And like he just that's how it happened. He wasn't like scheduled to really do it. They were just like they knew he was in town, so they just called him.
He just did a favor.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a favor, huh? Oh, this sucked.
Yeah, it sucks, bro.
This sucked. Oh, wait. And MCL. God.
That's all bad. That's all fucking bad.
So apparently they, WWE first reported 9 months, but now they're saying that it's worse than they thought it was, and they think it's probably going to be longer. So.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, she's going to be gone for a while.
It's crazy, too, because, like, they showed that spot over and over, and I didn't see
the spot. What was
it? It was her. They were on the top rope, and they came down, and she like fell awkwardly. But it didn't even look to me like her knees like hit the ropes or anything.
Those are the worst injuries.
Those
are the worst injuries.
Yeah.
When it doesn't look bad, those are the worst injuries.
Yeah.
But who was she wrestling though?
Asuka.
This was like on SmackDown.
Yeah.
They were on the turnbuckle, and she. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, those are always when it doesn't look awful. Yeah, it's the worst, bro.
That sucks. And I don't know about y'all. I mean, we talked about it, but I forgot. Are y'all Charlotte fans? I know I am. Now
I'm over her. But I don't, I never want to see anybody actually get hurt or anything. But I could take her or leave her. She's just there for me, personally.
I'm indifferent. I'm not, a huge fan of her or anything. I'm never a big fan of the people they just keep throwing the title on and keep keep pushing for the sake of pushing them. So it's always like, it just feels like it's just oversaturation sometimes with a lot of wrestlers. They do that with both. All companies do that. So it's like she's one of those people, unfortunately, where it's just like, okay, we're seeing Charlotte again. She's gonna win something, and that'll be it. So like that's kind of how I feel about her. But like again, I don't want to see anyone get injured or like I don't want to see you get gone for this reason. Like go on vacation, take a break or do. But like being out for an injury, that's awful.
Especially an injury like this, bro. This is tough.
Yeah, this is like awful.
Take this off here real quick. I gotta go back to something I kind of skipped over here.
Okay.
Oh,
This is pretty cool for him.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. It's cool that fans are just allowed to come too. Just
Right. What was that, next Monday? Oh shit. Hell yeah. Tomorrow. That's cool as fuck.
I don't even know where the fuck is Comac, New York? I'm in New York and I don't know where it is. Oh shit! I just lost my mouse. I gotta find out where Comac, New York is.
Well, shit. Congratulations to MJF because this is cool.
For real. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah. Comac, New York probably sounds.
Is it Comac or Comac? Doesn't matter.
It matters if we know what it is. But
Right.
so far, our New York correspondent has no idea what it is. So.
That's like when people come here. Not here. When people go to Virginia, who have never been to Virginia, especially the part that me and Nick are from, and they see there's like this town called Dumfries, right? But it's spelled Dumfries, and people who aren't familiar with it will always say, "What's Dumfries?"
Yeah, what's Dumfries?
Well, I deal with it all the time in New York too, because like everybody, if you've never been to New York, like so many people just assume it's all like the city, and it's not. Like most of it is fucking farmland and cows.
Right.
And then anything like above New York State is upstate. And it's like, no, there's not. Like I'm in central New York.
Yeah.
Then there's upstate. Then there's western. But it looks like it is actually like a half hour away from Long Island. So it's like a little over 5 hours from me. So
okay,
I won't be there. But pretty cool. I wasn't even aware.
Shabbat shalom, MJF. Shabbat shalom.
Sports Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry. This is funny.
This is so dumb. This is so
dumb.
Florida.
It's the dumbest thing in the world.
So
it's
Florida.
literally the dumbest thing in the world.
She was token up, boy. She looked like she do too.
I
She looked like she's not a fan.
feel like there's more people who do than don't nowadays. But
yeah, and I like that. We're reading reports that like WWE is basically like she's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, whatever. Yeah, because like 20 years ago, they would not have been like, yeah, whatever.
Hell no. Yeah.
Remember when they used to suspend people and fine them for weed, Con?
Yeah, look what happened to Rob Van Dam.
Yeah. Fucking Randy Orton used to get fined, and he would just pay an extra fine for the next time all the time. That's the story. Like when it came to weed, he was like, well, I'm just going to do it again, so I'm going to fail the next one, so here's your fine.
Yeah, bro. As soon as I saw a vape pen, I was like, bro, I laughed. Bro. I just laughed, bro. She was just doing some regular shit.
Like shit.
You know what's funny to me, though? They found a vape pen with an oil-like substance. That's how vape pens work.
Oh my god, that's the part that got me. They put this shit close in oil-like substance.
How they work,
bro. I live in between, I believe, 2 dispensaries, bro. Like when I saw Florida and all that shit, I just had to laugh.
Yep.
She'll be all right. She'll be straight.
She's off TV for what right now?
I thought she was injured.
I thought she was injured too, although I have never heard a report about what the injury is.
Yeah, I thought she was injured.
Maybe. I want to know how her and Max became friends too.
Max?
Like where did yeah MJF.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right.
Her and MJF were like close friends, and I was like, where would you have crossed paths at?
Probably some indie scene.
Yeah, probably someone in the indies.
Oh, Liv never wrestled on the indies?
Bro, I watch Sheamus's that channel he does where he works out with all types of wrestlers.
Yeah, Celtic.
Every wrestler, bro, all these wrestlers have so many stories together. Like, I watched her episode. She knows mad wrestlers that like you just wouldn't expect her to know. Like, that's just a normal thing, evidently. Like, it's like when you'll see Liv Morgan be like, "Yeah, I was with somebody who's like, oh yeah, I was with the Briscoes," and you're just like, how the fuck do you know the Briscoes? Like shit like that. So like at this point, it's like I'm not surprised.
It's the networking probably.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, just maybe she wasn't in the indies, but she showed up to an indie show and met them, and just they buttered a friendship out of that.
Or somebody in WWE is friends with him, and they met from that mutual friend or something, you know.
Right.
So much shit. Like remember Big Swole?
Yep.
Didn't know that her and Cedric Alexander were married. Didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But this is funny. She'll be all right.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Oh,
really?
I totally missed it.
I missed that too.
Was this on Death Before Dishonor?
So I watched Death Before Dishonor, and I did not see this happen. So I feel like it happened maybe either before or after. It wasn't actually live.
Okay.
Because I did not see him say this.
Yeah, this is news.
At the same time, I did do a lot of fast forwarding because they were showing like a lot of video packages on it that I had already seen. So it's very possible that I could have fast forwarded through it. But
excuse me.
But either way, I'm down for it. You know,
Yeah.
I think there needs to be more titles for women.
Definitely.
I still don't understand Ring of Honor or the roster, so I don't know like who is even working there and who doesn't, other than like, you know, 5 women I know for sure work there, and then all the rest of them, I don't know, maybe they work there. I don't know.
It's a coin toss, bro.
Yeah.
It's funny, they have 2 TV titles and 0 TV deals. Just saying.
Very funny.
You know what?
Just saying.
You got a point there.
Very funny.
They should just call it the Ring of Honor streaming champion.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
No. They got a digital media championship.
You named your 2 mid-card titles in AEW after the
channels they might leave.
After the channels are on.
TNT.
Yeah, why not just name this the Women's Honor Club Championship?
There you go. See? I don't know why there's a TV champion when there's no TV.
I don't know why Tony Khan just won't hire me. Like, I've got so many good ideas.
You know what I mean? Papa Khan.
Right?
This sucks too.
It does.
You know, it's funny though, because we have all been saying that Kenny is one of the people that we're all a little burnt out on.
Yep.
And that we all felt he needed to go away for a while, come back with a new character or something like that. This is not what I meant though.
No. Not what we meant at all.
Not at all.
Yeah. Apparently, do you guys know what diverticulitis is?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar.
It's an infection in
your intestines.
Intestine, right?
Yeah. So Kenny, I just read that he originally, because my grandmother actually had it. She almost died from it. It is like a serious fucking thing if you get it. Brock Lesnar almost died from it a couple years back.
I heard about that. In the UFC?
Yeah.
Remember that.
But I guess Kenny was in pain for a long time from it, but he thought that he just had a hernia. And that's why he ignored it for so long. And then he was in so much pain that he had to go to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, you got an infection. You're almost about to die.
So, yeah.
That's fucked up. Shit.
So I don't know when he's going to be back. It doesn't seem like anybody does, but I'm hoping.
You want to know? So, like, because we've definitely, like you said, we definitely talked about how, like, Kenny's just one of those people we're burnt out on. With him, you want to know what it is with him for me? Part of it is, I am kind of getting burnt out seeing him every week. But, Nick, I think, was the first one to kind of bring it to everyone's attention. It's also like every time you see Kenny, it just looks like he'd just rather be anywhere but there. Like, it just feels like his heart's just not in it. And I think that's another thing for me that kind of makes me cool off on him so much, because it's just like I always get the vibe that he's just kind of like meh when he's there. And if you don't care, if you don't seem to care about being there, like why should we care that you're there?
Right. I mean, honestly, Wednesday that promo with him and Jericho and Stark and Big Bill was a perfect example of what you just said, Con. Like Kenny just did not seem like he wanted to be there. He didn't seem like he cared about the segment or the promo. He didn't even like. He just came out in like a ratty ass shirt and gym shorts, and it's like, dude, like you're a pro wrestling TV star. Like, come on, you could have thrown a pair of pants on or something, like, you know. And maybe it was from this. Maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe he was in pain, but it definitely did seem like he was off on Wednesday and did not want to.
Yeah.
But him being him and just like deciding he's going to tag team with Chris Jericho is just screams, I'm just collecting a paycheck right now.
Yeah. That the Golden Jets thing, it's not working. So let's hold on. I'm gonna take this off. Let's just get into that because we said that we were going to talk about this.
Yeah,
we've all been talking about it. We were burnt out on Kenny, and then
and
Jericho, which is why I don't think the Golden Jets thing is working.
They're 10 years too late, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, not only that, I think all the fans are just burnt out on them. Like, we have seen these guys too much. They need to go away.
But I mean, even then, like, even let's just say that we're not tired of them. Even then, just seeing them, like, just visually seeing them side by side right now, I'd still be like, this would be really cool, like 5 to 10 years ago. I feel like that ship has kind of sailed for them to do some shit like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't really care. We've all established that we don't care, but like that's really kind of the driving force for me. Is it's just like if y'all were gonna pull the trigger on this, y'all should have been did this.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what we said though is that we were gonna kind of talk about who else are we a little burnt out on and kind of feel like need to take a break and come back with a new character or just something, or just get away so that the fans want to see them again. You know, I know that a lot of people hate the Bucks. I'm a Bucks fan, but I was burnt out on them too and felt like, hey, at least they got the hint. They're like, you know what, we're gonna go away for a while. Like, I think they could feel that the fans were a little bit tired of them and the shtick, and that they were getting stale. And they're like, you know what? Let's just go. We'll figure something out and come back. It's the right thing to do.
I agree.
Anybody else that you guys have off the top of your head? One that
I love Jon Moxley, and we talked about this recently. I love Jon Moxley. Absolutely love him, man. Like anytime they want to get him the world championship, for the most part, I might be. Actually, we'll get into that too.
I was gonna say let's talk
about while we're on the subject. Let's just talk.
Yeah. We'll talk later about why. What brought up those feelings for us, because I feel like all three of us felt it at exactly the same time for exactly the same reason.
Okay, so let me pause on that. I do love Jon Moxley though, but currently, like what's going on with him, he needed to take a break, recharge, reboot, and just come back refreshed. Because as much as I love Jon Moxley, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing him too.
Yeah. Is there anybody else off the top of your heads you guys can think of? I would say that I am pretty burnt out and tired of Becky Lynch right now.
Oh, big time, bro. Yeah. Big time burnt out on Becky. I was about to ask if we're just talking about AEW. We talking about WWE as well? Yeah, Becky.
Yeah, I just mean in general.
Big. Yeah. I'm good with Becky. I'm sick of seeing Becky every week. I'ma be honest, bro. Like maybe it's a hot take. I don't know. Right now, I might be getting a little tired of Cody.
I might be. I think that might be a hot take.
I might be, man. And it's not. I don't think it's Cody's fault. I don't think it's Cody's fault. It's just that I don't know what story they're telling currently. Like I know that. You know, after the whole Bloodline story, now he looked like he was starting his quote unquote hard times story. But, and this is why I say it's not his fault. You know, a lot of new shit has happened since he's come back too. Like the biggest thing, obviously, is CM Punk is back now. Mm-hmm. So that's going to kind of fuck up the pecking order of, you know, all the other wrestlers behind them. So now it's just like he's doing this thing with Shinsuke, and that's cool. You know, I do enjoy it. But I feel like he's just like maybe I'm wrong. It just feels like he's kind of hit a wall right now.
I think the reason is because I get exactly where you're coming from, Con, but I honestly think it's just WWE going, we just got to get to the Rumble. and then we just got to get to the, they're just trying to fill his time so that they can get to WrestleMania 40 and complete the story.
Okay, so I think that's a good way to put it. It just feels like what they got going on for him right now is just filler until they get to the next big thing with him.
Right.
So maybe I'm not tired of Cody. Maybe that wasn't the best way to put it, but as of right now, I am cooling off on him. I'll say that. I'm starting to kind of cool down on Cody. Because we see him every week, and again, with Punk being back now, there's just it just seems like there's no room for him currently in the world title picture. But I don't know. Well, like you said, we'll see at the Rumble. But as of right now, I'm not sticking around when Cody shows up like I used to.
I think Michael Cole, I'm sorry, Nick, I just wanted to get this in there. I think Michael Cole even said it on Monday. He literally said, every time Cody tries to finish the story, he has another roadblock thrown in front of him.
It's a lot of roadblocks.
And that's kind of how they're treating every feud he's had. And it's just a roadblock. He's going to get through it and then move on. Like, we kind of already know what the outcome of it is because we all kind of already know where he's going,
Yeah.
Exactly.
My thing with Cody right now is it just feels like he's WWE's spokesperson. Yeah. Like, he's always out there talking about the next thing that WWE is doing. Like, and then, like, did I need to see him when they were doing the Salute to the Troops thing? Like, they could have brought anybody else out there to do that. And it's always
he's
Cody
the American Nightmare.
American Nightmare. So
I understand, but it's just like, but it's everything they have to where it's like that. It's like, gotta send Cody out there and make sure that, because I mean, he can talk. Like, I get it, but it's just like every week we're seeing him go out there and just.
That I understand, because before him, the guy that would have doing that all the time was John Cena.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're
that I totally get, but it just feels like right now, like you said, it's just filler for him right now. You know what I mean? Because, and again, none of this is his fault, but with just Punk being back, it just kind of fucks up whatever he had going on. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Does it fuck it up though? Because I feel like Punk's going after Seth.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that's what's happening. Yeah. I already said it's going to be Cody Roman one night and then Seth and Punk another night.
Well,
however they get there, I don't know. But that's
I guess the reason why I say it is because Cody was essentially like the, aside from Seth, Cody was kind of like the. Is it fair to say that Cody was the biggest face on Raw?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. He was kind of the biggest face. He was kind of like the guy. And he still is. Don't get me wrong, he still is. But with Punk being there, at least for me, it just feels like Punk just overshadows the fuck out of Cody at this point, where it's like, like, I guess the public perception would be like, yeah, like we love Cody. That's great. Like, we love that. But like, where's Punk? So in a sense, he almost kind of becomes an afterthought a bit. Am I off with that?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I think a lot of that, though, is two different things. I think it's, first off, I think a lot of people are shocked that Punk did come back. Mm-hmm. And I think it's almost a shiny new toy syndrome, Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's real excited because he just came back. He's only been back for 3 weeks. So, Cody's kind of going to be in his shadow for a little bit right now.
He's Woody right now.
Yeah.
He's Woody right now.
Yeah. But I think that's what's going to happen. Cody will win the Rumble again. That's his way to get over to SmackDown to Roman, and then Punk will somehow get to Seth. Maybe he'll win the Elimination Chamber or something to be number one contender. I don't know, but I feel like that's what's going to happen.
I hope so.
Those are the two matches that have to happen, I feel like.
Yeah.
Aside from Cody, and again, we talking about Punk, I will say that this thing with Punk has definitely helped make me more interested in him. But aside from the Punk shit, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing Seth. Tired of Seth.
He could take a break. Yep.
He could take a break. Like, I was, before Punk came back, I was ready for him to take a break because it kept feeling like that's where it was leading towards.
Yeah.
But this Punk shit has definitely like piqued my interest big time. But aside from that, I could use a break from Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I think after Punk beats him at Mania, because I do think that's what's going to happen. I think it'd be a good time for him to take a little bit of a break. Yeah. Come back, refreshed or something like that. One of the ones that I brought up to you guys, and you guys did not agree with me. It was a hot take. I am burnt out on the New Day.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of them. Like they're just there.
But I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for feeling that way. Like I totally get it, bro. Because like they're not doing shit, and with Big E on, like they've cooled all the way the fuck off. They have 100% cooled off. So like I totally understand it. I just love me some New Day. But
I love them too. I just want to see them be interesting again. You know, I really think that like at this point you just got to assume that he's probably not coming back, maybe. I don't want it, but I feel like they're gonna do it. But even so, like you got to go. All right, well, why can't Xavier and Kofi come up with something new just for them? You know, and if E comes back, then hey, you go back to New Day. Like you can figure that out easily, you know. But I do feel like they need a new gimmick or something. I think so too. Something has to change with them.
Yeah, most definitely.
Who else? I'm looking at the rosters here to try to figure it out. That's pretty much WWE for me.
Yeah, WWE wise, that's pretty much it. AEW wise, aside from who we've already I don't know. I might be getting tired of Danielson. I might be getting tired of Danielson. I
was gonna say outside of Danielson, the whole BCC could just go away, and I'd be all right with it.
I'm glad, dude. I could take or leave Yuta. I love Mox, but I need a break from Mox. I just might be getting tired of Danielson too at this point. Might be.
That is a hot take.
I might be getting tired of him at this point. It's just like this whole thing with the Continental Classic is just the fact that like Mox and Danielson are both the guys just like kind of running through everybody. It's just not sitting right with me for some reason. Because it's just like, sure, understandable. But at the same time, it's just, to me, I just feel like that's just kind of like a really, really safe way to go about it.
One of the things that it's very clear that AEW basically just took the G1, and this is their version of the G1.
Yeah.
One of the things that I always like about the G1 every year is that there is always at least one big surprise upset where you're like, holy shit, I didn't think that was going to happen. That has not happened at all with the Continental Classic. I feel like it's either very obvious who's going to win, or you're looking at a match and going, I can see either one of these guys.
Dude, you know? For me personally, when I watch, because I feel like up until maybe last week, I was because aside from that, I've been enjoying this Continental Classic. Like it's been really good. But at the same time, I don't know how it is for y'all, but with me, when I watch the Continental Classic, to just to go with what you just said, Hambo, it feels like I can always tell who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. As soon as I see them the matchup together, it feels like I can just tell. And that's not necessarily bad. But for a tournament's sake, like I would like to see a couple twists, and I don't really think I've really seen any. It's just like it's just starting to get kind of predictable. At least last week, anyway. Last week, maybe it just felt a little predictable and dull.
Yeah, like that. I don't think there's any reason in a tournament setting that you can't have, a lower card guy beat an upper card guy just one time, even because overall he's not going to win the whole tournament.
Sure.
I really would have liked to have seen, Mark Briscoe or Jay Lethal win at least a match.
Lethal hasn't won shit.
No, they're out of the tournament. They're only playing
Jay Lethal. Who you said Jay Lethal? Who else? Mark Briscoe, Daniel Garcia. I thought Garcia was gonna cook this tournament. I really thought he was gonna cook. I thought Lethal was gonna cook too.
I thought the thing with Garcia, I thought was a storyline. I felt like they're doing a storyline where he's going on a losing streak. He's still grappling with whether or not he is a sports entertainer or a wrestler, who he is after leaving the JAS. Right. So I kind of thought that's where they were going with it, and he was going to be the only one who didn't pick up a win. But I was wrong about that. So.
Now, see, if they were doing that, I could, as much as I don't, because I like Garcia a lot. If they were doing that, I wouldn't like seeing him lose, but if it's to tell a story, I can get with that, right? But like you said, it don't look like that's what's happening. It just looks like the motherfucker's just losing, and it's just like it felt like he was kind of hot going into this, and now he's just cooled the fuck off because I
Yeah.
haven't seen this motherfucker win yet.
Yeah.
And if he has, I don't remember who he beat.
We'll get into that a little bit more later, but let's get back to this. I know that nobody else on this podcast but me is excited about Mustafa Ali, but I want to see that motherfucker everywhere. I would love to see him go to Impact and wrestle Chris Bay or Speedball Mike Bailey. I'd love to see him in OC. I think that would be a great match. So I'm real excited to see what he does. Dolph, I feel like we know where he's going.
AEW.
You know? I mean, his brother's there. Sounds like a lot of people are petitioning for him to come. Sounds like they've already been throwing around ideas for him. So I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people I'd like to see him wrestle over there.
Give me your top 3 people you want to see him go against.
I feel like OC is always in there for me.
Absolutely, that will go crazy.
Yep.
That goes so crazy. OC
I would love to see him and Ricky Starks. And I think I would also love to see him and Eddie. I think their styles are so different. They're such complete opposites that I think I'd be real interested in that match and seeing Dolph just like we all know that Dolph is like a big part of why everybody thinks he's so good is how good he is at selling. I would love to see him sell for Eddie, just sell one of those back fits or
absolutely
something like that. I think he could make Eddie look real good. So
I want to see him go against Hangman. Actually, like that's just I would like to see him go against Hangman.
Okay, I like that.
Crazy. Also, and this is maybe it's a wild card. Maybe. I would like to see him go against Penta.
Oh,
I think that would go stupid.
That'd be interesting.
I think him and Penta go stupid. What about you, Nick? What say you, Nick? As Ham would say.
I would actually like to see Riddick Moss come to AEW too.
Really?
Interesting.
I
you
think
a Riddick Moss fan?
No, I just think he was not done correctly in WWE at all. I really think there's a lot of potential there.
It felt like they were gonna do something with him, and then they just didn't do it.
When he dropped the whole like madcap thing he was doing with what's his name?
Corbin.
The fucking that shit was wild. But like when he actually became like a wrestler,
yeah,
he could have fucked some people up, and they just didn't let him do it, or they didn't put him up. And I feel like AEW could really let him be like in the Wardlow category of people where he's doing stuff like that. I don't know if he has that attitude all the way, but he could at least be like a strong guy where like AEW doesn't have a whole lot of those guys, in my opinion. I mean, I think they got Hobbs.
It's funny that you bring that up, Nick. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like AEW has very few just like big, powerful guys on their roster.
He could be one of those guys. I mean, how tall is he? I mean, I know he's fucking jacked, but like, how tall is he?
Yeah. I
don't
know.
He's something tall, so it's like he could go in there, and really like, because Wardlow and we can't do Wardlow and Hobbs all the time. We can't, we got to throw somebody else in there that does that, and we're definitely not. I'm not looking for Big Bill, so like, I would like to see him go over there and maybe tear some people up and maybe surprise some people and take out some people that you weren't suggesting, like getting those upsets we were talking about.
He's 6'3".
See, that's big. I'm 6'3", so I know that's big.
Yeah, that's
big. So I would like to see him. I'm not sure about Dolph. I mean, I would like to see Dolph and his brother tag. So maybe them, do something there. But
we're not going to see this right away because of current.
No.
You know who else I want to see Dolph go against? You want to know who else I want to see? I want to see him face Roosh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I want to see him against Roosh.
Well, we're not going to see this right now because of what's going on, but let's not pretend like him and Kenny wouldn't fucking cook.
Oh, absolutely.
Or him and Jay White. I'd love to see him and Jay White go at it.
Him and Jay Lethal? Shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people over there that he's never wrestled. So
most definitely.
Ethan Page. I'm a big Ethan Page fan. Him and Will Ospreay. Once Will Ospreay gets there.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty crazy.
Mhm.
I'd like to see Mustafa and Osprey too, but not everybody loves Mustafa like I do.
Like I could see Riddick Moss being a TNT champion. Like no problems.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
I could see him being a Ring of Honor TV champion.
Well, they got you on TV.
I can see him being an FTW champion.
There you go.
Boom.
Just throwing that in there. I feel like I always have to throw in my latest meet and greet, whatever it is.
Do it.
That, bro.
I'm not mad, bro. Flex, bro.
And yes, this was today. That's why I'm wearing the same clothing.
Was this Albany again?
What's that? Yeah.
Was this Albany again?
Yeah.
Albany.
He was
over there, bro.
All right.
You're there all the time.
He was okay. He seemed like he was in a good mood, but he didn't really talk much. He refused to give me a shout out for the podcast, but I had to shoot my shot.
He said no.
Huh?
He just said flat out no.
He was like, I don't do shout outs for podcasts. Sorry. And I'm like, all right. I was surprised because I remember when I was younger and I went to a WWE show. I was still a kid, and I remember Booker T was at it, and he walked by me, and I remember looking up at him, going like, "Holy shit, that's a big motherfucker right there." And if you had asked me how tall Booker T was, I'd have told you like 6'6". I am 6 foot. And it's pretty, like Booker ain't really. I don't know if it's just because he's getting older, or maybe they bullshitted how big he was in wrestling because they do that a lot. But yeah, he's not looking like he's towering over me or anything of this.
Well, maybe like 6'1", 6'2",
6'1", 6'2", maybe.
Yeah. I gotta look that up now. What is he billed at?
6'1.5".
Yeah, 6'1.5".
6'1 3/4".
Let's see. What is he built? Oh yeah, well, okay. He's billed at 6'3". So okay. All right.
6'3" is big.
It is.
I am 6'3".
I'm the shortest one of the three.
He is 4'8".
Huh?
Khan's 4'8".
I am.
It's hard to tell on TikTok. But
for a minute, I thought you were talking about Booker T still. I was like, what?
No,
I'm 4'8". I'm 4'8".
I don't have any drip or drag this week because I couldn't find anything with WWE to put up, so I was like,
I got drip. I got dwip.
AEW's gotten better with their photos. I don't know if you noticed that, but posting their photos up.
Yeah.
And just like how same way WWE does. Huh?
Of the shows?
Yeah, I mean it's not a whole lot, but they post them.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to find AEW photos than it was to find WWE photos.
Well, I told you guys this before. If you're looking for WWE photos from Raw or SmackDown or NXT, the next day, all you gotta do is type into Google WWE NXT the date photos. It'll pop up immediately.
No, that's what I'm saying. AEW does that now. They're better at that now.
Yeah, they're up like the next day now. All right. Are you guys warmed up? Can we do segs? Are you fucking ready?
There's a whole lot of talking. Let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Because I don't have anything sexy to say right now. So.
None.
I don't need compliments.
Purely carnal. Let's do it.
They're always dripped out, bro.
I don't know why. I was just really liking the way that Finn and Damian looked on Monday. This whole
Priest had that shit on.
What's that?
Priest had that shit on.
Yeah.
He had that shit on.
The whole leather vest, hoodie thing. I don't know. He looked like a gothic biker or something, and I was into it.
He looked like a son of anarchy. Very Sam Crow,
if you will, as Dusty would say, if you will.
If you will. Ba-bam. This was a very pleasant surprise of a match because I had no idea that this match was on.
I didn't either.
But they smoked this. I thought it was for some reason I thought it was Kill Bill at first, but then they immediately, you guys said this is Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta's characters from Pulp Fiction. They killed
shit. Yeah. Okay.
They killed this.
I don't know. I always love when I don't know what it is about AEW, but they love putting the women in like hardcore tag team matches, and they always fucking cook every single time. There's never been a bad one.
They sure do. Man.
Damn, I can't believe I missed this.
Oh, you didn't see it, bro? They went.
Yeah. Go back and watch it.
Bro. They went.
Yeah, the women like hardcore matches are always crazy and fucking.
They went nuts, bro.
That's why I miss Ty Conti, bro. She got to come back. She be going crazy in those matches.
Oh, bro, this was definitely a hell of a substitute to those two, bro. They cooked last night.
Willow did the one with Ruby that one time against them. That shit was crazy.
This is definitely Willow's bag. This is definitely in her bag.
Yeah,
which is so funny because it's not her character at all.
Right.
I think that's why it works, though.
It works. Yeah, right? She's like the sweet, bubbly, positive, but she's still like in the bloodiest of matches.
Your eyes out.
Yeah. Honestly, like that's one of the because I would say that Willow is my favorite women's wrestler right now, and I think that that's one of my favorite things about her as a wrestler, as a character, is that she goes out there, you know, she's all happy, positive, smiley, and then there's a point in the match where she flips.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you're like, oh, she's big. She's about to fuck somebody up. You know, like her whole thing is that she's big and powerful. And I just love that. Like on a dime, she's going to turn and she's going to pounce somebody out of the fucking
beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah. As you guys know, I have a massive crush on Willow. And
Willow's sexy, bro. Willow's sexy.
This hairstyle was doing something for me.
She looked great. And Statlander looked great too.
But it was. Nick did not have a drip or a drag.
No one's dripping a dragon for me.
So let's go to my drag.
Who the fuck is that?
This is Oro Mensa.
Who?
NXT. Oro Mensa.
Gesundheit.
Oh, from NXT.
With Noam Dar. And that little that group. But these fucking pants are stupid. What the fuck is happening?
Shit. Yeah.
What's going on right here?
Is that snakeskin?
I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is. But
it looks like gift wrapping paper.
Yeah, it's all.
You know, like the tarps that like military people use when they're trying to cover themselves up.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. It looks like a potato sack.
Looks like the shit that holds water bottles together, like Coke cans. You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen enough.
You've seen enough. Okay.
I've seen enough.
All right. Well, you did not have a drag con. So
fishnet print.
My MVP.
Both are one of them.
Also, Nick's MVP. Both of them.
Both. Promo.
Now, but real quick, let me ask y'all both real quick. Do y'all think that this is the only time that they do this, or do y'all think that there's going to be a series of these?
Oh, we're going to see this back and forth.
It's going to be this until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like 5 months of this.
I did not like, and we all said it, and other people noticed it too. Seth sounded a whole lot like Hangman when he said, "Hey, I'm going to protect this place from you." But while I didn't like that because it does just seem like he completely borrowed right from it.
Sure.
While I didn't like that, this promo got me feeling a little better about Punk. Now I'm like, okay, I'm a little into this right now. I want to see this match, so I like that they're going at each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're my MVP, because they got me interested here. I was already interested in the match itself, but
Punk the face here.
It's hard to tell, honestly, because this is one of those situations where I guess it's like just very divided, because the fans are going to cling to, like, this is going to be where, like, for lack of a better word, tribalism, but like I guess a lower scale kicks in. But in this case, it would be okay, because I think this is kind of the effect that you want for two guys like this, because you got people like me who love Punk. You know what I mean? Like, people who are always going to hang on his every word. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Punk stan, but I'll still be objective when I need to be objective. But you got fans who are going to automatically go to Punk. When they were doing this promo, bro, like the fans were divided. Punk got a couple of boos and cheers, and then Seth got a couple of boos and cheers, although they're both essentially baby faces.
I mean, you're gonna have people that say that about Punk, and they're going to side with Seth, because they're like, yeah, you did go and you just shit talked this place for 10 years. And now you're coming back acting like you're a different person. Like, Seth is kind of in that Drew McIntyre thing right now. He's almost on the verge of being a heel, but he's got a point.
And that's why although he did pretty much echo like essentially everything that Hangman said.
Yeah.
Rollins is, I mean, we've seen this. It's documented that Rollins has been saying, like, I don't fuck with this guy because he's been doing all this bullshit about this company that he was in. And here I am holding it down. He's been saying this. So, yeah, he echoed the shit out of what Hangman said. But for me, it's rocking because it's like he's been telling us this is how he felt. He's just never had the opportunity to say it to this guy's face up until now. I love this segment too. I was at first I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, Seth kind of cooked it. Like I think when the segment got done, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like they kind of let each other off kind of easy because it was like they were getting their shit off, but I mean, it felt like Seth was getting his shit off a lot more than Punk was. And I remembered, you know what I mean? Like, this is Punk's bread and butter. Like, we love Punk's wrestling, but we want to hear what this motherfucker gonna say. And which is why I also asked y'all, do y'all think this is their only time that they're going to do this, or are there going to be more? But it's like there's going to be more times where they have these back and forth. So if this is the appetizer, and I'm pretty sure it is, then yeah, I'm cool with this, and I'm looking forward to the round 2 of this.
Yeah, I think also too, like you said too, like if they're going to do this more than once, then this was just like us kind of getting to it. And if we feel this way about it, then they're going to give us more, so that way we can really get to the nitty gritty and really get Punk to do some Punkisms and Seth to be on his promo shit. You know what I mean? They're really going to go in on each other. They're probably going to try to outdo, as in their pettiness, they're going to try to outdo Punk versus MJF in promo battles. They're going to try to do it. They're going to do it with somebody because that WWE didn't like the fact that, they talked about that shit and people still talk about that shit like it was one of the best promo battles ever. You know what I mean? So
and we learned from Seth and Riddle's feud that Seth has no problem getting personal.
Hell no.
At all.
I'm sure that we're gonna hear some shit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing, because if we're gonna do like the who you think got who thing, I think Seth won this one. I think because it just felt like Punk didn't really say too much compared to what Seth was saying to him.
Right.
Punk talked to him like he was a kid.
Yeah, he did it. He did.
And I get it because it's kind of like you kind of brought him here, but at the same time,
little broed him.
I'm not that kid no more, bro.
He definitely low broed him.
Low broed him,
but like we know Punk, and we know just how, like, just as personal as we know Seth can get, we know Punk can really like just touch them fucking nerves. Yeah. And with this, it just felt like Punk kind of let him off easy, maybe smacked him around a little bit, but Seth was definitely throwing like some punches. That's what it felt like watching this promo. But yeah, I feel like I like y'all said, I do think that they're going to do a couple more of these, and I'm looking forward to these back and forth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seth Rollins fit this week, drip or drag?
Drip.
I'm gonna say drip.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's a little more simpler than we usually does.
Yeah, a little more turned down.
Yeah, but it's fire.
Yeah. He killing it. Randy, let me ask you, Ham, because like just as a fellow person who's been watching Randy for the past 20 years, normally Randy just seems like, I've always felt like Randy kind of, he's always a good talker, right? But it just felt like he lacked personality. And since he's been back, I've been seeing a lot of personality out of him. And although it is Randy Orton, right? He's the Viper, and he's this and that and third. I like this version of him. He's very funny. He's a lot more charismatic, and I've been enjoying seeing that from him because for a long time, it just felt like listening to a robot talk.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you.
And you can tell that he's very happy to be back. Like you can tell that he's very, very happy to be back.
You know what I would compare this to?
What's up?
This is kind of like when Brock came back and was a face. Yeah. All of a sudden, he was allowed to get a little bit looser. He didn't have to be this mean, angry heel all the time. He's feeling more like himself, acting more like himself. I feel like that's what's happening with Randy, on top of the fact that the fans are just in a love fest with him because he's been gone for 2 years. Yeah, so
that's a great way.
Face right now. So
I like this version of Randy. It's very, it's very entertaining. It's very funny. Like he's funny as shit. And he's very clever. You know what I mean? So I'm digging this. That's why he's my MVP of the week. This whole segment with him and Roman, I liked it a lot. I liked it a whole lot.
I would also like to note that him wearing that shirt made that shirt look better. Because we talked about that shirt and we were kind of weighing it, but him wearing that shirt was like, okay, I can see, it's gonna look good on some people, but
I was gonna say, yeah, but are you and me gonna look good in it?
hell no, hell no.
Yeah,
no. Not me. That's a muscle shirt for sure.
Yeah, that's an ab shirt right there. If you got abs, you can wear that shirt.
Yeah.
If you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
If we had been doing this podcast 2 years ago, and you had asked me who are you burnt out on, Randy Orton would have been on.
Yeah, I would have probably said the same thing.
Yeah, Randy's been around for a long time, very rarely injured, and very rarely changing his character. So, yeah, even with RK Bro, it was funny for a little while, and then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm burnt out on this dude. But I am enjoying him being back right now. So. All right, let's look at my flashback.
Test, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think Test was kind of an underrated drip guy, if you ask me.
He was. I always liked his look. Like he always had the leather pants. I liked the mesh top, but he had his tattoo symbol on it. I always thought that he looked really cool.
And I thought he had cool ass music all the time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Test was just cool as shit in general.
Test.
This is a test. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Oh man, you gotta listen to that one, Nick.
Yeah, man.
That was a Jim Johnson specialty right there.
Jim Johnson used to make some heat, didn't he? I don't know what the fuck this new shit is, bro. Like, I don't want to sound like an old head. I don't know what the fuck this new shit is, bro. Jim Johnson used to come with them fucking bangers, dog.
Mm-hmm.
This new shit, I ain't fucking with it, bro. But Jim Johnson used to have that shit on lock, dog.
So Nick, do you know? I mean, we've kind of talked about Test, but do you know like his backstory of why he was brought in?
No, sir.
So he was brought in as security for Vince McMahon because the story was that he before he came to WWE, he was personal security for Motley Crue.
Oh.
So I think that's also why I always liked this look because it fit with his backstory. It looked very like rock star. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And he had the nicest big boot in the wrestling business, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The big boot, that was his move. That was his
damn good big boot.
Big boot. And it was like, I've seen big boots like now, and like they're okay. People that do it. He had the crispest, most just big boot, bro. He used to fuck people up with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you watch him do it, bro, you knew that person wasn't getting back up.
Mm-hmm. Khan did not have a flashback, so let's look at Nick's.
Speak of the devil. As we talk about the New Day.
My shit.
Yeah, man. Was this during like that run where they just like had the belt for like over a year or some shit like that? That run? Was it that?
I've never seen those belts before, so I know those are like
literally just gonna say, you know what's ruining this fucking fit for me right now? Those copper penny ass fucking belts.
I never seen those belts before. Bro.
Oh my god,
those were the belts before the current ones, bro.
Yeah, an even worse version of what we have right now, which is insane.
Fucking yeah, bro. I have my favorite tag team belt designs were either between the tag team like the 04, 03, like the tag team ones. And then the world tag team ones, I liked those designs, but like this shit, it looks like a fucking toy.
I did just realize it looks very copper. I didn't even notice that when I looked at this.
They look like pennies,
like big ass pennies, bro.
So weird. Why did they do that?
Fucking, they're awful.
It's like a third place trophy. Is that what it is?
Yeah, bro. I hated these belts.
I heard that they have made new tag team belts too, and I don't know why they haven't debuted them because I fucking hate these.
I hate the current design. I hate the current design. The ugly blue and red belts. I hate that shit.
I'm sick of that too. Like, why are they still the undisputed champions? Yeah, no shit. We have one pair of tag team champions. You're either gonna split them up or just have one. Like, why are they carrying around 4 belts? Like,
they need to split that up or put it together. They didn't do one or the other. In my opinion. Yeah.
All right, let's go to what was that?
Oh wow.
Dippy and Swerve.
Yeah, we're the same one.
Yep. So this is what we were alluding to earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because why the fuck did Mox have to win this?
He didn't need this.
with the role that Swerve is on right now, this was a bullshit booking, right?
Yeah, bro. Like I said it before. I call it very safe booking, like very fucking safe, very by the numbers, very expected. Like, yeah, sure, like Mox beats him, but it's like, why did he need to beat him? You know what I mean? Like, do I sound like a fan who just didn't get what he want? Maybe, but like he didn't need this shit, man. Like he really didn't.
Just like we were saying last week when we were already talking about, oh, why do I need to see Mox every week? He could have lost us. Wouldn't have fucking mattered.
Would have been fine.
He could lose 100 matches straight, and he'd be fine. Like he's just
he got that status, bro. Like he doesn't need to be, winning all the time. He doesn't need to win this tournament. He does not need to be in the top 3 of this tournament at all. He needs to be. He needs to be. He could have been out of the tournament for all we care. But like, sure, throw him in there. But like, he shouldn't be winning every match. Like, I don't know.
What do you guys think the two people are going to be in the finals? Because I'm telling you, if it's fucking Mox and Danielson,
I'm gonna fucking hate myself. Yeah, no, it's bullshit if that happens. Why do we even do it? Just have them fight. You literally could have announced like, hey, we're gonna do a new title, and then Mox and Danielson are gonna fight for it. That's all you could have done. You didn't need this whole entire tournament to do that. Like, we would have been okay with that, honestly. Yeah. Like, hey, we have this new title that we're just going to debut at World's End, and then these two top guys are going to go for it. Like, okay, that sounds cool.
My whole driving point is just like, we've seen this shit before. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, we've seen Mox at the top, and like, although Danielson hasn't gotten a world championship yet, it's just like, I'm not mad at him. I'll put it to you this way. The same way I feel like it would not have hurt Mox to lose to Swerve, I don't think it would have hurt Danielson to lose to Brody King. I don't think that would have hurt him.
No.
And
it's a tournament, bro. Like I personally don't think any of this stuff. Like if you lose in this tournament, it doesn't hurt you. It only hurts you if you're not really solidified all the way.
Keep losing, I feel like it hurts you. And like you said, that, if you're not solid, like if you're like Daniel Garcia, like we just said, I feel like this tournament might have hurt him.
Right.
If it's not telling a story, but it looks like it's not. Jay Lethal, who, if we keep it in the bean, I feel like he hasn't won a match since he's gotten there, but I feel like that might have hurt him a bit. But this shit right here, like this, and this just goes with the point of like, bro, maybe Mox needs to take a break for a while, bro, because what's going to become of this if I guess if Mox is supposed to be one of the guys to make it to the finals?
When it comes to these, like, because this isn't the world title, so this is like, I would assume if it's not a world title, we're considering it a mid-card title, right?
I guess so.
Okay, so if we're doing that, then like one of these new guys can debut a brand new title, bro. Like it's not weird for that to happen. Like like Swerve could have done it, Daniel Garcia could have done it, even maybe a Jay Lethal could have done it. You know, I know he's not a new guy, but like he's not like a top guy. So any of these lower tier guys could have debuted this title and would have been fine. And it just feels like I don't think Eddie's even in the running anymore, is he?
Nice on.
No, he is.
He is? Okay, that's good. I was kind of hoping it would be like Eddie versus Swerve at the end because I feel like that would have been dope. Yeah, especially with Eddie defending all 3 of the title, his 2 titles and the new one would have been fire to me for him to defend that at the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think that's the other thing that, like, if Mox and Danielson are the ones who are in the finals and they win, the other thing that I find weird about it is that they're going to be the Ring of Honor world champion. Okay, you're going to put fucking Danielson and Mox on Honor Club every week?
Yeah.
How about that? Unless they absolutely want to do it. I don't know about that.
Yeah. You're going to put Jon Moxley on fucking the 500 people that stay for Ring of Honor?
Yeah. Unless they absolutely want to do that, I can't really picture that.
Right.
I mean, if they're going, okay, well, hold on. If they're going for like a TV deal soon, like I know we joked about it earlier, but like if they're really going for it, like Moxley could bring in some numbers for Ring of Honor.
That's true.
That could happen.
That is true.
Maybe that's the goal here. Like, because I said that about when they first bought Ring of Honor, I said they should just make Jericho and keep Jericho the Ring of Honor champion and do the same thing they did with AEW and bring Jericho's eyes into Ring of Honor. They could do that with Moxley now because they solidified Moxley so much. So maybe that is the play here. again, why are we doing this whole tournament for that though? We could have just did that and then like, hey, Ring of Honor's on the CW now, and then you know what I mean, and then just okay, well Moxley's their champion now, so everyone go to fucking Ring of Honor and CWs to watch Jon Moxley. That would be cool, but not you don't need to put down 18 other people in this tournament to do that.
Right.
Like you could have just did it.
And my thing about that too, like I see where you're going with that, Nick, but if the whole purpose is, oh well, let's get some eyes on Ring of Honor, then first off, you need to be doing it consistently, meaning you need to actually like figure out who works here, who is on this roster, and you got to have more than just Jon Moxley, because I'm not going to tune in and believably watch Jon Moxley and Serpentico, and then Jon Moxley and Angelico, and Jon Moxley and Matt Sydal.
Yeah,
like those are the guys who are on Ring of Honor every week. I'm not watching that.
I'm not watching no Mox versus Serpentico. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, really.
No, I know how that's ending. You know, so that's why I don't. If that is what they're doing, I don't think they're doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. They need to put several main eventers, or at least very, very top mid card guys over there, and say, hey, this is the only place you're seeing them. Yeah. You want to see Orange Cassidy? You got to subscribe to Honor Club. He's not on AEW anymore. Mm-hmm. That's the only way really that you're even going to get people to pay for it. You can say Jon Moxley's the Ring of Honor World Champion, but if I don't already subscribe to Honor Club, I'm not going to pay $10 for it because I know Jon Moxley's going to be on Collision and Rampage and Dynamite every single week. I don't need to pay for it.
You know what they should do? They should do a draft.
Yeah.
Ring of Honor and AEW, and they should stick to it.
They should.
Yeah. I think that'd be fire because then you're gonna split up the roster.
Yeah.
And then you got one and the other, and then it's like, okay, well then, you know, if you like this particular person, then you go to Ring of Honor, and then you bring in all the people that are low that we're saying we don't want to see Moxley week to week because there's tens of thousands of other people that we could be seeing. And then you elevate all of them up after this draft.
Yeah.
And then so okay, if BCC's on Ring of Honor, then okay, we don't see BCC anymore on AEW. So now there's like a bunch of other people that we could see.
Yeah.
Just put some exclusivity in that shit, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Honestly, they have enough that they could do all 3 shows and have their own rosters, and just have
Dynamite, Collision, and Ring of Honor.
At this point,
that's what I thought they were doing when they first got Collision, and then he bought Ring of Honor. I'm like, all right, they're gonna split into 3 rosters. That's where they're going here.
That's what WWE does. I mean, a little bit like Raw and SmackDown kind of blend, but like NXT is NXT.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I thought Ring of Honor was going to be in a way.
The only thing that I would say if AEW did that and WWE did this at first with the draft is that have the champions just travel between the 2 shows.
That's it.
I'm fine.
You don't need Dynamite and Collision to both have a world champion and both have a mid card champion and both have you don't need that.
Right.
Just let the champions be assigned to a brand, but they travel until they lose that title.
I'm with that. Yeah,
I'm with it too.
Because I don't like the whole like Raw champion, SmackDown champion thing either. So I don't want to see a Collision champ. I don't want to see a Dynamite champ.
Yeah,
I'd want to see just a champ, and then you're doing everything because you're the champ. It's champion rules. Like it's the rules you get. You know.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end, guys. We do have an announcement to make, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys, either you guys want to say it or?
No, you friend.
Me?
You're the guy. Mm-hmm. You're the A mic.
I'm the guy.
You're the A mic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I'm the A mic. I'm Mike what?
Yeah, we're the color commentators. You're the play-by-play.
I'm the colored commentator. Heyo.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That's a joke we couldn't have made, Nick.
No, you cannot.
Funny when he says it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fired.
Yeah.
All right, so our announcement is this is the end.
We're done. We're done.
We are going to be taking off the next 2 weeks for the holidays.
Yep.
And then after that, we are going to come back the first week of January. But we are not coming back as Ego Drip. We are going to be doing a little bit of a rebrand of the podcast. We have decided one of the things that I noticed is, every time that we would do a show, the next day I would watch it again and I would make clips to put up on Twitter or TikTok and all that. And I noticed that most of the stuff that I put up was almost never us actually talking about wrestling. It was always, our side quests that we go off on, or, when we just started riffing with each other and, we're being funny. That was when I felt that we were the most entertaining. And we all discussed it a little bit, and we all feel like the wrestling podcast space is very congested right now. It's very hard to stand out in that area right now because there are just so many people talking about wrestling. So we are not going to be a wrestling podcast. We are still going to talk a lot of wrestling because we are all fans and all want to talk about it. But we are going to be opening this up to other subjects. Never going to be anything serious, probably. There ain't going to be no politics or religion on this, but, we're going to find other stories or entertaining things that we see throughout the weeks and bring those up and discuss them, and just try to make this a little bit more entertaining outside of just talking about wrestling. We've got some other ideas that we're going to be implementing. You guys, if you've been watching us, you have seen that back in March, we did our March Mad Drip wrestling bracketology. We are going to do that again next year because we all really enjoyed it. But Nick had the idea that we would be working some bracketology into the podcast a little bit more, just with all kinds of different subjects. So we're going to do that. We're going to talk about all kinds of different stuff and just try to bring you guys a different kind of show. But with that, as I said, Ego Drip is going to go away. Ego Drip is going to die. We are going to come back with a new name and a new look, which is going to be Freebird Rules. So this is going to be the new logo. We were trying to come up with a new name. We wanted to get away from the Ego Drip thing a little bit. Nick, he sat there and looked up some wrestling terms. Freebird Rules come up. If you don't know what that is, if that's a little older than you might be, the Fabulous Freebirds used to use that term. They had Freebird Rules because there were 3 of them and they got win the tag team titles, but any 3 of them could defend the title. So since there are 3 of us, Nick suggested Freebird Rules. We thought it was a really cool name. I'm pretty sure it's the only name we even came up with because we didn't even
one and done.
One and done. He said it, and we were like, "Oh, that's kind of hard." Yeah, I think
that's
that
might be it.
Creativity spewing out of our mouth holes.
That's right. So yes, we will be coming back. Not as Ego Drip, as Freebird Rules. We're going to come back with some new stuff. Hopefully, you will come along with the ride for us and see what happens here.
It's been a time as Ego Drip. It's been a time, but it's time to evolve.
We all talked about this. Have been watching us for a while. Ego Drip has had a rocky history.
Yeah.
Con and I started this as a very different podcast than what it is right now.
Yeah.
And that kind of morphed. And then some things happened and we had to go away for a while. And then we came back as ourselves. And then Nick was with us. And then Nick wasn't with us for a little while. And then Nick came back with us. So a lot of hiatuses and weeks off and things like that. So we're going to try to be more consistent with this and just more entertaining. But yeah, Ego Drip, I think it needs to be taken out back and put down, guys.
Like a dog or a horse.
It's had a rough life.
I'll do it.
Some of the greatest wrestlers had to get repackaged. Some of the greatest wrestlers had to go through a repackaging. And this right here, this is all this. That's all that is. A repackaging.
We're coming back with a new gimmick.
Boom. We will be broken when we return. We will be broken.
Yes, you might be burnt out on Ego Drip, so we're going to take a hiatus, come up with a new character, come back, and hopefully entertain you guys.
We will be the Kerwin White of podcasts.
Yes.
We should all dress up in a polo for our first episode as Kerwin White with the golf polo.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I would just dress like our Christmas card. Just get as boring and basic as fucking possible.
Very Ned Flanders.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. You guys got anything else to say?
Nada.
Nope. No, we're gonna keep wrestling at our core, but
Yes.
I think ultimately, we're gonna spread our wings, as the Freebird rules say.
Caw! On that note,
Why did we change our podcast name? Because
All right. Oh my God.
well, what a better way to kill this podcast than with that. We'll see you guys, hopefully, in the new year. Not going to be here for Christmas. Not going to be here for New Year's.
The next time y'all see me, this setup will be totally different.
that's right. You're changing. You're moving.
Everything's changing here.
I move
Everything is changing.
I move
January is January 7th. Is that what we're looking at?
I think so, yeah.
Perfect. Let's do it.
All right. Well, keep it kinky, Marks.